Welcome to a journey that's going to change how you see the world and yourself. Life is messy, unpredictable, and often downright brutal. Every day we're hit with challenges, stress at work, arguments with loved ones, or just that nagging feeling that things aren't quite right. But what if I told you there's a way to not just survive this chaos, but to conquer it? That's where Stoicism comes in, an ancient philosophy that's as relevant today as it was 2,000 years ago. Think of it as a mental toolkit forged by giants like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, designed to turn turmoil into strength. Today, we're diving deep into their wisdom, practical, no-nonsense ideas you can use right now to transform your life. Picture this. Instead of being tossed around by every storm, you stand firm, calm, and in control. Over the next half hour, we'll unlock Stoic secrets that do just that, starting with how to face life head-on, no matter what it throws at you. So stick with me, because by the end, you'll have a roadmap to a stronger, bolder you. Let's get started. Let's talk about pain, something we all know too well. Maybe it's a heartbreak that keeps you up at night, a job loss that shakes your confidence, or even a literal ache in your body. Most of us run from it, numb it, or wish it away. But here's the Stoic secret. The world doesn't stop spinning just because you feel bad, and that's your first lesson. Life keeps moving, relentless and indifferent, and it's up to you to keep pace. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who faced wars, betrayal, and plague, didn't see pain as a curse, he saw it as a teacher. He once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Think about that for a second. That deadline stressing you out, it's not the end, it's a chance to prove your grit. That argument with a friend, it's not a wound, it's a mirror showing you where you can grow. The Stoics believed every sting, every setback is raw material for building a better you. Imagine waking up tomorrow and instead of dreading what's hard, you ask, what can this teach me? That's the shift we're aiming for. Take a moment, think of a pain you're carrying right now. Got it? Good. Now picture it not as a burden, but as a weight in the gym of life, making you stronger with every rep. Over these 5 minutes, let that sink in. Pain isn't here to break you, it's here to shape you. And as we move forward, we'll see how even the toughest moments can become your greatest allies. Now let's get real about something we all avoid: death. It's not a fun topic, I know. Nobody likes picturing their last breath, but the Stoics, they leaned into it. They called it memento mori. Remember you will die. And no, this isn't about being morbid, it's about waking up. Picture this. You've got maybe 80 years on this planet if you're lucky. That's 29,200 days, and a chunk of them are already gone. Every second that ticks by is one you'll never get back. The Stoics, like Seneca, said this truth isn't a downer, it's freedom. Why? Because when you really grasp that your time's finite, petty stuff falls away. That fight over who didn't text back? Doesn't matter. That fear of failing at something new? Worthless. Imagine you're told you've got 1 year left. How would you live differently? Would you waste time scrolling mindlessly, or would you chase what lights you up? Memento mori isn't just a phrase, it's a call to action. The Stoics carried this idea like a compass. Every morning they'd remind themselves death could come today, and it sharpened their focus. So let's try it. Right now, take a deep breath and think, if this were my last day, what would I do? Who would I call? What would I let go of? Feel that shift. That's the power of living like time's running out, because it is. For these 6 minutes, let that simmer. Death's not the enemy. It's the spark that makes life urgent, vivid, and real. And it's just the beginning of what Stoicism can do for you. Let's shift gears to something we all struggle with: noise. Not just the honking cars or loud neighbors, but the chaos in our heads. Endless to-do lists, worries about yesterday, stress about tomorrow. It's exhausting, right? The Stoics had a fix for that mental minimalism. Think of your mind like a cluttered room, too much junk, and you can't find what matters. Epictetus, a slave-turned philosopher, said, "You become what you give your attention to. So what are you giving yours to? Are you replaying that awkward conversation from last week, obsessing over what you can't change? Mental minimalism is about stripping all that away. It's not ignoring life, it's choosing what deserves space in your head. Picture this. Instead of juggling 50 worries, you pick one thing, say, finishing this video with full focus, and let the rest fade. Sounds simple, but it's radical. The Stoics trained themselves to zero in on what they could control, their thoughts, their actions, their now. Not the weather, not other people's opinions, just this moment. Try it with me for a sec. Close your eyes if you can and imagine your mind as a desk. Now sweep off everything except one task. Maybe it's listening to this, really hearing it. Feel lighter? That's the goal. Over these 6 minutes, let's unpack this. Every day you're bombarded with distractions, ads, notifications, drama, but you don't have to let them in. Stoicism says, take back the reins. Focus on what's yours to shape and watch clarity replace the clutter. By the end of this block, you'll see how a quiet mind isn't weak, it's unstoppable. Master your emotions. All right, let's tackle something big. Emotions. We've all had those moments. Anger flares up because someone cuts you off, or sadness hits out of nowhere and you're spiraling. It feels like you're a puppet, right? The Stoics said no, you're the puppeteer. They weren't about bottling feelings up, they were about owning them. Epictetus put it blunt, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Think about that, your boss snaps at you. Do you snap back and ruin your day, or do you breathe and choose calm? That's power. Emotions hit hard, I get it. Maybe you're mad right now or anxious about something coming up, but here's the Stoic trick. They're just signals, not commands. Picture anger like a wave. It crashes, but you don't have to drown. Marcus Aurelius would pause, step back and ask, is this worth my peace? Most times it wasn't. Let's break this down. Say you're stuck in traffic. Horns blaring, you're late and you're fuming. The Stoic way, accept what you can't change. The cars, and focus on what you can. Your response. Maybe you turn on this video instead of cursing. Over these 8 minutes, let's build this skill. Think of a time you lost it. Gotcha, right? Now replay it. What if you'd paused, taken 3 breaths, and said, this doesn't own me? Feels different, doesn't it? That's emotional control, not cold, not weak, but deliberate. The Stoics practice this daily, training their minds like athletes. You can too. Next time life tests you, and it will, don't let the wave take you under. Stand firm, choose your move, and keep your peace. By the end of this, you'll see mastering emotions isn't suppression, it's liberation. Resilience, your Stoic superpower. The title of the video is Resilience, your Stoic superpower. Now let's move on to the Stoic approach. We're wrapping up with the big one, resilience. Life's a marathon, not a sprint, and Stoicism's how you finish strong. It's not about dodging hard stuff, good luck with that. It's about building a core so tough nothing shakes it. The Stoics, like Seneca, knew this. Difficulty strengthened the mind as labor does the body. Every challenge you faced, it's been sculpting you. But here's the catch, you've got to work it intentionally. Think of resilience like a muscle. Small daily reps make it unbreakable. Maybe it's waking up early when you'd rather sleep, or facing a fear instead of ducking it. That's Stoic practice. Let's paint the picture. You've had a rough week. Deadlines, drama, the works. Most people crumble. The Stoic stands taller. How? By aligning with nature's rhythm, accepting what is, and stacking little wins. Say you start your day with 5 minutes of quiet, just breathing, asking, what can I handle today? That's a brick in your fortress. Or you take a cold shower. Not fun, but you do it, proving you're tougher than comfort. Over these 9 minutes, let's build this out. Resilience isn't loud, it's steady. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire through chaos because he practiced every day. Writing, reflecting, acting. You don't need an empire, just consistency. Picture a tree in a storm. It bends, doesn't break, because its roots run deep. That's you, growing roots with every choice. Maybe it's saying no to drama or yes to a hard talk. Nature's your guide. Live with its flow, not against it. By the end, you'll see resilience isn't born, it's made. And you're making it right now, step by step, until you're that tree nothing can topple. That's your Stoic superpower. Own it.